Hey guys, welcome to chapter 3 of the video walkthrough. This chapter will be tackling the third dungeon, but before then we can now do several new side quests because we have the power bracelet and we can now access new parts of Koholint Island. From this screen we can actually head right a screen if we'd like, and we'd meet a lady by the name of Crazy Tracy, and she sells you the secret medicine, and this basically acts just as the fairies did from A Link to the Past, where if you have the secret medicine and you die, it will automatically be used and it'll basically restore your life. Now that we have the power bracelet though, there are new secrets we can now uncover, and one of them is right here in the mysterious forest. You can lift up this rock to unveil the secret underground passage, and then use the magic powder on this little wishing well, and Mad Batter pops out.
Hey kid, you woke me up from a fine nap. Thanks a lot, but now I'll get my revenge. Are you ready? I'll let you carry more magic power. Hee hee, are you ready? Hee hee hee, you deserve it. Now look at all that junk you have to carry. Ha! Take care. See you again.
And basically, he gives you the power to now hold up to 40 magic power. So it's not exactly a curse, it's a good thing. Yay! We'll meet Mad Batter 3 times throughout the quest. This is the first time he gives us a magic upgrade, and he will give us other amount upgrades, basically. Completely optional, but nice nonetheless. In this cave, now that we have the power bracelet, we can pick up these green skulls, and this will allow us to reach the next heart piece. And this is the 4th heart piece that we got. So now this will give us a full heart container, which will increase our overall health to 6 full heart containers, if you've gotten all the heart pieces thus far. So that's pretty good, that's very useful. Exit the cave. And there's another secret seashell we can now get in the mysterious forest, and you might have passed by this treasure chest before, but we couldn't access it. But now that we have the power bracelet, we can lift this rock and get the secret seashell. So this is now, I believe, the 2nd seashell we've gotten. So there's 24 more we can get, but we actually only need 20. More about that as we progress further in the walkthrough. We can now return Bow Wow to Lady Meow Meow if you like to. You can actually walk around with Bow Wow a bit more if you really wanted to. Actually, he'll uncover a few secrets for you, such as if there's a secret seashell buried under a secret bush. Bow Wow might be able to spot that and actually digs it out for you. So after returning Bow Wow, Lady Meow Meow actually gives you a little kiss. And if you have gotten the camera, this is actually the location for another one of the photographs that we can get. Just walk up to Bow Wow after you have returned Bow Wow, and the little mouse photographer will take the 2nd picture, and it's a picture of Link almost being like eaten by Bow Wow in a way. Kind of cool. Head down a screen, and if you walk over to the window on the right, the photographer will walk on over, and the photographer will peek through the window and take a picture of Ulrira. Ulrira lives in this house, and he's basically the telephone booth guy. All throughout Koholint Island there are these telephone booths, as shown here, and if Link is ever stuck in his quest, he can go to these telephone booths, and it will give him some advice on what to do. And it's sort of like the fortune tellers from A Link to the Past in a way. If you enter the shop, you'll see that both the Deluxe Shovel and the bombs are for sale, and we want to buy both of them, and we should have enough rupees. Bombs will allow you to blast open cracked walls, as well as defeat certain enemies, while the shovel will allow you to dig underground. If you leave and re-enter, you'll notice there the bow is for sale for 980 rupees. However, if you pull off this quick trick, you can actually steal from the shop just like that. However, if you re-enter the shop, the shopkeeper will say you will now pay the ultimate price, and he'll zap and basically kill you. And forever now, throughout the rest of the quest, Link will be known as Thief. So it's not a good idea to steal. And if you do steal, just don't re-enter the building. One cool thing about stealing, if there is any cool thing about stealing, the photographer actually takes a picture, and this is the only way to get this photograph, and it shows Link like sneaking out with an item. I didn't actually steal anything, I just flashed and put those in. I will be getting the items regularly, so I'll show you that in a little bit. Walk on over to Bow Wow and enter the building on the right side. And now that we have the shovel, we can dig up in this corner here, and this will get us the third secret seashell. Our next destination is actually all the way back at the first dungeon, Tail Cave. There's a secret seashell in one of the secret rooms we previously could not access. So let's head on over. One last thing about the bow, though, for sale for 980 rupees. A quick way to make rupees is at the trendy game. There's a secret where you can continuously win rupees, and I'll show that later on. Alternatively, you can do what I'm going to do, and just all throughout the quest I'll be saving up rupees, getting all the secret treasure chests, and we'll be getting that in a couple dungeons. Make your way through Tail Cave, and this particular room with these 4 keys is one of the rooms I actually never even went to during my first time through Tail Cave. Mainly because it's completely optional, because you can always just head right. On this screen here, you can use the bombs on the left side, blast open the cracked wall, and there's a treasure chest here, and this will give us our 4th secret seashell. Now I can say with confidence that we're done with Tail Cave. We're never going to need to return here, so just make your way back to the entrance. And our next destination requires us to backtrack all the way through Mabe Village, so we are going to do just that. One thing worth mentioning about the secret seashells. I've gotten 4 of them in the walkthrough right now, and I'm going to be collecting the rest of them in a particular order. Reason being, there are 2 secret seashells that you can only get when you have an exact amount of seashells already. And if you are following the walkthrough completely, this is not going to be a problem. If not, keep track of the number of seashells that you have, as when you have a total of 5 and when you have a total of 10, there are certain seashells that you have to get if you actually want to get all of them. Luckily, you only need 20 of them, not all 26. Head east from the shop and you'll see a sign that says Cuckoo Prairie to the east. From here, you can head north and enter this cave. There are a couple green Zol, and you can push the rocks out of the way here, and it'll eventually lead you to the treasure chest in the middle of this cave, and you can open it to get 50 rupees. Yay! And this is a good time to start the gradual build up to get the 980 rupees. Head right a screen, lift this rock with the power bracelet, and head up a screen, and you'll run into new enemies known as, well, zombie. They just come up from underground and they like swarm towards Link. They're not a problem at all. Just use your sword. They're really not much of a threat at all. They'll just like hit you, but nothing much. So slash at the bush here, lift the ground up with the shovel, and get the 5th secret seashell. And now this is the exact amount I just mentioned. So there are a bunch of seashells you can get now, but don't get them until you get a certain seashell. And if you just follow along with the walkthrough, I'll show you exactly which one you need to get, and it'll be the next one I get, obviously. We want to backtrack down a few screens, and here we're going to meet a new enemy, a winged Octorok. It's basically identical to an Octorok, but except when you slash at it, it'll jump to the other side, so you have to quickly turn around and slash to defeat it. There is this strange looking warp portal here, and this will come into play a bit later in the walkthrough, as this will allow us to warp throughout Koholint Island, and I'll explain that when we get to another warp portal, because up till now it's rather useless. Enter the building here and speak with the character Richard.
Salutations! You wouldn't know by the look of me, but I used to live in the castle. My servants went berserk, and I was forced to flee to my villa. So you want the key to Cuckoo Prairie, do you? I may be able to help you. Let's make a deal, shall we? I want you to retrieve the golden leaf I left behind in the castle when I fled. I am impressed. There are 5 leaves in all. Remember to buy a shovel on your way back. Join me in the next section and we will get the 5 leaves.